This is the brutal truth about time management that no one wants to hear. Because what if I told you that after watching this video, you will learn how to become so efficient with your time, you can achieve more by doing less. You can finally spend time doing the things you've always wanted to do but never had time for. And all of this while not just maintaining the results you get, but having even more results as you're doing so. I used to wake up every day feeling like I needed more hours. Like if I just had a few more hours, I would be able to achieve everything I've ever wanted. Then I could work on all my projects and my life would magically come together. Until I realized, wait a minute, all the guys I look up to, all my role models, they all have 24 hours in a day. So how the heck can they have an amazing business and relationships and meaningful life and take care of their health, and I'm just out here struggling to achieve a few things? Well, here was the embarrassing truth. I had the time. I had the same 24 hours they had. I was just using it like an absolute idiot. And the day I realized this, the day I understood what was actually happening behind the scenes, is when everything changed. So today I'm going to reveal the 3 lessons that made me go from I don't have enough time, struggling to complete my to-do list, feeling overwhelmed like crazy, to actually building my dream business, leading hundreds of men, building an online community, traveling around the world. You guys can see on my YouTube channel, I have always different backgrounds. And all of this while having a beautiful, meaningful social life with meaningful relationships, taking care of my health, and even having time for God through journaling, meditation, prayer, and breath work. So how the heck is all of that possible? Well, I got you. Rule number 1, money is infinite. Time is finite. A lot of people spend so much time and they're obsessed with tracking how they spend their money, how much money they're making, money, budget. Who's making a budget for time? Guys, don't quote me on this, but I believe there are at least tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, I don't know, new dollars being printed every day out of thin air. The government just prints money. There's like trillions in the world of different currencies and money is infinite. Time is what we all have 24 hours of every day. And by the way, we don't know when it's gonna end. No one knows with absolute certainty when they're gonna die. Yet we take money much more seriously. When that clicked, I was like, wait a minute, I'm budgeting every month. How about budgeting my time? How about making a time audit? How about looking at my calendars, taking my time seriously? How about understanding where my time truly goes and every day making small improvements until I feel like my life is intentional, until I feel like I spend my time and energy, which are my 2 greatest resources, because by the way, the only reason we make money is because we invest time and energy. Those are the foundational resources. So only when you spend them intentionally is when you feel like you have control over your life and where you can create the life that you want. Start auditing your time. And what that looks like is whether you do it once per week, which you can begin with, or once per day, you basically the day before set the intention for the next day, or the week before set the intention for the next week. And then in your calendar, you put an idea, an intention of how you're gonna spend your day. Then during the day, whenever things change, you switch. At the end of the day, you look at your calendar, you look at how you spent your time. Then you can create colors for different areas of life: health, wealth, relationships, God. You can separate them. And since, for example, Google Calendar is separated in 24 hours, meaning there's a little square thing for every hour, you can see the percentage of hours in your day you've spent in different areas. And eventually, as you're doing this, you're going to start noticing patterns. You're going to be able to notice what gives you more meaning and success in your life versus what wastes your time. There are a few things that have a higher leverage than this. All right, rule number 2, when you feel like you don't have time for God, is when you have to take time for God. And regardless of what your beliefs are, the way I see it is a relationship with the divine, period. Whatever practice you have learned in your spirituality or religion to have a closer relationship with the divine, this is what I'm talking about. So for me, that could be journaling, meditation, prayer, and breath work. Now, specifically about meditation. It's so easy because for the mind, especially for the ego, it's so easy to underestimate the importance of it. Oh yeah, meditation, whatever. I just got to sit around with doing nothing. I have all these things to achieve. And when you're in that state, this is the paradox. When you're in that state of achievement and more, is when you feel like you have the least amount of time. But if you actually take even 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes of following your breath, sitting down, being present with the divine, you realize, wait a minute. First of all, time doesn't even exist. Second of all, what the heck am I in a rush for? And that's when, paradoxically, the quality of the decisions you make, the quality of the action you take changes drastically. And you get to achieve more in less time. Never ever underestimate the importance of the divine. Now, rule number 3, listen carefully. Eliminate the phone for good. What I mean by that is literally get obsessed. As obsessed as these companies, the social media companies, are with stealing your time, sucking your time away from you because that's how they make money, I want you to be just as obsessed in making sure they don't. Use that tool, don't let it use you. The phone, social media, AI is truly what makes success and freedom in this generation the easiest it has ever been in history. But there's a price to pay. And that price is that it's also the easiest time in history to do nothing, to get distracted, to be brain rotted. And no one is safe from that. I mean, I was listening to Chase Hughes, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He is like the #1 expert of human behavior and psychology and influence. And I listened to him in a podcast and he goes, I need to ask my wife to keep me accountable, not to be on my phone. Do you guys realize this? No one is safe from that. We must all stay as intentional as possible because these people know what they're doing. They're very smart. They know how to keep you glued to that phone. And so really take that seriously. Put your phone outside of your bedroom, 100%. Don't take it with you in the bathroom. That's another one. Remove your notifications from social media. Who gives a fuck? Only keep the ones related to your phone number, your loved ones calling you or texting you. That's okay, but social media, remove that shit. Remove the notifications. Look at your screen time on a daily basis. You know how people say, look at your bank account every day and you'll make more money? Well, guess what? If you look at your screen time every day and you're like, damn, I'm spending 6 hours per day on social media, which by the way is not a lot for a lot of people, right? 6 hours, you know how that is? That's 25% of your day. You know what that is? That's, let's say you're lucky as fuck to live 100 years of your life. That's 25 years of your life. 25 years of your life gone. And by the way, a lot of you listening are still in your youth. You're still in your most potent years. I'm assuming the majority of my audience is under 70 years old or 80 years old, right? So you're still in your prime and you're 25 years out of your life. You guys realize this? Take it seriously. It matters. Matter of fact, not a lot of things matter more than how you spend your time and energy. All right, guys, mic drop. This is what I got for you today. I love you guys. I'll see you here soon. Peace.